Hi, I'm Mike London. I'm visiting with artists and arts leaders who work here in the Miami Valley. CultureWorks supports a wide variety of artists and arts organizations, and these interviews are our chance to visit with a few of them. So today, I'm visiting with Rick Burnette. Hey, Rick.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. This is great. It's so good to see you. So I'm going to just start with because we all don't know each other. So for those people out there who don't know you, I mean, I know you're a musician, so I'll give that much away. But tell us about yourself as a musician and as an artist.
Well, I started off as a real young musician, as you can understand. I came up around country people and in church, and that's really how I kind of started, was singing in church. And my dad had a lot of buddies that played instruments. So one of those things that happened is he brought them home, and his little son really dug that. So I started taking it from there.
Yeah.
Guitar pickers and mandolin players and you name it. They were all at our house.
It's great, isn't it?
It was great.
Yeah. No, I grew up with that with my uncle. My uncle used to make mandolins, make guitars. I have one of his fiddles.
Really cool.
Yeah, and they all played. Yeah, my father used to joke. He would say, I would play I said, Pop, what do you play? And he goes, I play the radio.
Yep. That's kind of like my dad, because he played a very little bit, but he had a lot of buddies that could really play.
So when did you first pick it up then?
Well, I probably got my first guitar at around 11, and I just took off from there. And I really never had any lessons or anything. I just watched Dad's buddies and anybody I could watch and started teaching myself how to play.
So now my uncle did not read music. Well, one of them did, but the other one, he did not read music. He played completely by ear. How about you?
That's me. I don't read any music. But if it's a note that I can hear, I can find it on my instrument.
Okay.
So, no reading though. You can't put a piece of paper in front of me and I'll find it. I'll go, oh, I don't know what that is. Play a song for me and I'll find you. I'll catch up with you.
Yeah. I asked my uncle, I said, how do you know which note? And he looked at me like I was absolutely stupid. And he said, boy, you just listen.
There you go. That's exactly what I would say. Just listen.
Yeah, just listen. So give me a song. What was one of your first songs that you played?
Oh, I started right off with country and western.
Yeah.
I'm learning G, C, D chords and playing Hank Williams Sr.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up on. My dad actually used to take me in like clubs as a child and have me singing before I could play guitar. But somehow I knew I was going to pick that guitar up too.
Yeah. So let me ask you, do you consider yourself a musician or a singer or both?
Both. Yeah, I think I'm a singer-songwriter is basically what I would say. Because I don't learn too many other people's songs, because when I pick up an instrument, it's always coming out of me. So
what is your favorite instrument?
Guitar, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah. But over the years, I've fiddled with the mandolin and piano and anything I can get my hands on. I worked at a music store for years. So in that environment, you just pick up instruments and try to at least learn how to demo it,
So when you were first actually playing in front of people, what was the biggest challenge for you then?
Oh, man. I guess being too young to get into the bar. the dad and mom had to sign papers, I think, to get me in there. When I first started playing, I was like 14 years old, and I'm playing in clubs.
Yeah.
So
this reminds me, my niece, she had an incredible voice, and she sang a lot of country western. And she sang pop stuff, but they would have her in clubs, and they'd keep asking for her, and she couldn't go by herself. One of us had to go with her.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's the way I was.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem. Hey, if that's the biggest problem.
Even when I started playing on Brown Street, probably at places like the Union Depot. I don't know if you even remember that.
Yeah.
But I was too young to be in there, but I'm playing music.
Yeah. So when you played, did you play with a group or by yourself?
With groups. Yep, I've been in a lot of different rock and roll bands and, you know, a couple different styles along the way too.
Yeah.
I played everything from pure country to pure heavy metal.
Was any one of them more challenging than the other?
To me, the heavy metal was pretty hard.
Yeah.
It really is. Because you almost take, you have to be a little bit operatic to sing that type of thing. And I grew up as country boy, so that wasn't really my thing.
Sure.
But I learned. And I had fun with that band, and we went on the road and everything. And here I go from Hank Williams to Ozzy Osbourne.
So where did you travel?
We just did the small arena around here, like Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, just a small circuit.
Sure. Yeah. What was the best thing about going on the road?
Just meeting all the people, I think, and getting out there and seeing the crowds from different cities and all that. Because you meet, they're all different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like meeting people and seeing what's going on.
So in today's world, do you play just by yourself as a singer-songwriter, or do you play with a group?
I've done a little bit of both, but actually I just got out of another group here maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
And we were playing just cover tunes, a lot of rock and roll, a little bit of country, trying to get some originals going. But, you know, that's kind of hard in this area because everybody wants to hear the covers. They want makes them get up and dance, and you get do what the bar owners want. So
what do you slip an original in between them?
That's the only way you can do it. You just slip it in there.
Yeah.
And hope somebody likes it.
So when did you start writing?
About my career, all the bands I've been in, which is numerous, we always try to throw an original in here and there and see if something takes off, you know.
Yeah. When did you start writing your own?
Oh, as soon as I picked up a guitar.
Really?
So I've been writing since I was a kid. And now both of my children are musicians too, and we've written songs together and played in the studio together and stuff. So I still am not giving up on it. I'm writing to this day.
Oh yeah. Never give up. There's no point in it. It's especially when you find, and it sounds like you have, Rick, when you find that thing that's your passion, that you know that you're supposed to do it.
Right. You can't quit. Once you've done it this long, there's no quitting.
Yeah. So when you write, what comes first? Is it the music or is it the lyrics?
It's usually the music. It'll be a piece that I've been working on, just practicing or whatever. And then all of a sudden, I'll come up with an idea. Or a lot of times my wife will have, you know, some input and say, man, I got an idea for that. Like the song we submitted to you, Tracy and I wrote that together. And it was off a piece of music that I invented. Yeah. But then we came up with some ideas and put it together.
So have you got a guitar around there?
I do, yeah.
Can you play me something?
I would do that.
Yeah.
It'll be an original.
That's all I want.
I love it.
That's the only thing I want, man.
I so happen to have this guild sitting here.
Good. That's what I was hoping for.
All right. This is an original I wrote a while back. and I'll just lay it on you here, I guess.
Lay it on me, man.
Ready? One more lonely day, one more precious soul slips through and fades away. Too many restless nights, too much religion in your God's ain't pagan lives. Get you one more turn, yeah, one more try. There ain't no bridges left to burn, not here tonight. Not here tonight. Did your daddy teach you good? And did he tell you, son, just do the things you should? And did your mama tell you right? Don't you quit, son. Don't quit without a fight. Get you one more turn. Yeah, one more try. There ain't no bridge left to burn. Not here tonight. Not here tonight. It's been 5 years and a day, looking for others who have come and gone away. No longer will you dream. There's no reconciling your anger and your scream. You got no more turns, not even one more try. And ain't no bridges left to burn, son, not here tonight. Not here tonight. No, not here tonight. Not here tonight.
Oh, hey, yeah, man. Oh, that's fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Appreciate you letting me to do all that, man.
Hey, that's good stuff, man. So what do you say, Rick, when you have, you know that there are other young musicians that are out there. What do you say to them when they come up to you after a show or ask about thinking that they want to play music? What's your advice to young musicians out there?
I would tell them to just follow their heart. Because if it's in there, let it out. Just do it. Never quit. Never, ever quit. Because people will tell you, nah, you're not good enough. Nah, you're not going to make it. You've got nothing. Don't let that get you. Keep pushing. If you think you got it in your heart, let it out. That'd be my advice.
What's the biggest challenge that most musicians face?
I'd say insecurity and people, you know, if it's not the people, it's their own selves thinking they're not quite good enough. You know, oh, I can always do that better. No, that should be better. I'm not good enough. I think that's the hardest part.
Confidence.
Confidence really is, because you got to go for it, man.
Yeah,
and
you really do.
Embarrassing. You can fall on your face any number of times, but get back up and keep going.
Yeah. Where do your ideas come from? Anywhere special?
Just life. As a young man, I hitchhiked around the country and I did this, that, and the other. And I was a little bit of a bad boy, I guess, but I saw the country and I saw lots of things that inspired me to write lots of songs. And then, of course, it's family and everything you do along the way. It's a song to me.
Yeah. What do you hope to be doing here in the future now?
I'm going to keep on writing and building, because I'm a carpenter by trade. So I still like to get out there and work and build things. But every time I get a chance, I pick up my guitar or my mandolin and I sit down and play. And I still like to, collaborate with other musicians. I'm liable to be in another band before I know it. You know what I mean? Because they all of a sudden will just group together. Hey, you want to come jam? Yeah, I think I do.
But what's the difference? I mean, seriously, a lot of people don't know that there really is a difference when you're in a group, when you're in a band and you're making music with other people. It's not the same thing as just solo.
Oh, no. And still the key to that is listen to everybody else, not yourself. Most good musicians I know will say, all you got to do is listen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the other guy. So you're not stepping on him, and you're not overtaking anybody. You want to hear the other things.
Who are some of the artists and that have inspired you?
Oh man, my early inspiration, I would say, is like Hank Williams Sr.
Mm-hmm.
and of course Elvis Presley. My mom and dad were dancing in the kitchen to Elvis songs. So I'm like, yeah, this is cool. I love all the old 50s stuff, 60s.
Yeah.
And we're getting into rock and roll. They invented that rock and roll thing.
Yeah. Who's out there now that excites you?
Oh, man. I like a lot of the country guys that have been around for a while, like Travis Tritt. Mm-hmm. I really like the songwriter types, Garth Brooks.
Yeah. He's something else, isn't he?
Yeah, there's a lot of heart and soul in country music. And I know there's still a lot of heart and soul in rock and roll, too. But
oh, sure. Yeah.
I've been getting a little more country in my older age here, I think.
I'm
not singing Zeppelin anymore, man.
I had a friend of mine who was, they called it a pop rock band. But as he got older, he seemed to play more country. And when I asked him about it, he said I thought this was interesting because I really didn't understand until he told me. He said, for some reason at this point, it's the story. It's the storytelling. He said that I don't know why I want that now. Yep. I mean, do you know what I'm talking about? You know what he was talking about?
I really do, because they do start with a story. There's always a beginning, a middle, and an end to every song they write. There's something there that you need to listen to. It either touched them or somebody else touched them and they wrote about it. Because a lot of the songs that I write is not necessarily about me, but someone else. One of my brothers or a friend or something like that. But I gathered their story and it touched me. So it made me write a song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good stuff.
Thank
you, now, Rick. Do you have a chance to, right now, I know that it's difficult because we're recording this in the middle of the COVID pandemic.
Right.
Things have just kicked off.
Very odd.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, the world is really weird right now.
Yeah.
At least we're still trying.
It's not going to last forever.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
This is not the end of the world. We're all still going to make it happen.
It really is interesting, though, that we're using this medium now so much, this digital medium, digital platforms like Zoom, to do so much that I just wouldn't have predicted it. Maybe I should have been paying attention.
Right. Yep. My wife, Tracy, is a school teacher.
Yeah.
So she has gone through this ever since they shut the schools down. she has been struggling to go, oh my God, I'm an online teacher now. So every single day she's on the computer trying to teach these little children.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally out of the norm. Because normally teachers like to be with them and have the contact, and because it all's good for children.
Yeah. Do you still learn from other musicians?
Certainly.
Yeah?
Always have to learn.
Now, what's the best way for you to learn from other musicians?
I like to just listen.
Yeah?
I really have an ear, and I will listen to anyone. Show me something. I want to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the youngsters can show us old timers something that you would never think. Be like, oh wow, I never thought of that, dude. That is great. So
Yeah.
always ears open.
Such a different perspective, isn't it? Isn't it? It's just delightful.
I think you have to do that. Never sell anybody short. Just listen, always. You've got something to learn from everyone.
Who are some of the musicians that are around now because we have all kinds of people here in the Miami Valley.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in Dayton, in the Montgomery County, wow, we have a lot surrounding it. Who are some of the ones that work around here that are exciting to you?
Oh, I've known a lot of them for years. Bands like the Hathaways,
yeah,
really great musicians. I've known Chuck and Berry since we were all kids. So yeah, I've played with quite a few of these guys around here. But I played in a band called City Nights, which was a collaboration of different styles of musicians. So we were a little bit funk, a little bit rock. We even had a horn section.
Really?
And everything from Skinner to Chicago. And it was great, man.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys to this day. Well, we're getting old and starting to lose some of the old musicians.
Yeah.
It was one of my most fun bands ever.
Yeah. Play
in Chicago and Rare Earth. And then turn around and play Tom Petty and Leonard Skinner.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah, it is, man.
Hey, before we go, will you do me a favor? Will you play another tune?
Oh, man.
You got another one there?
Let's see here.
See if the Peanut Gallery's got a suggestion.
I can't do that one. I'm going to play a cover song since it's still in drop D. And
okay. Yeah. Great.
Freedom don't come easy, babe, with your spirits flying up amongst the clouds, and you're faced with a wise man's road. You gotta know where to go. Sun and the moon are a traveling man's companion, showing the way through that journey. East and west, you gotta know where to go. Leading the way, first had come, showing the way for his children. Now it's up to you, I know you'll see it through. Man, it's not easy and you know it. Children in a real good place, they're always smiling, showing all their love without exception. Loving each other like brothers and sisters do. Yeah. Now children in a real good place, they're always smiling, jumping and playing in the middle of the afternoon. They're having a ball, no worries at all, yeah. leading the way. First come, showing the way for his children. Now it's up to you. I know you'll see it through. And it's not easy, and you know it. Children in a real good place, they're always smiling, showing all their love without exception. They're loving each other like brothers and sisters do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now children in a real good place, they're always smiling, jumping, playing in the middle of the afternoon. They're having a ball, no worries at all, yeah.
Okay, this is the crowd, man.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that is just great fun. Oh, wow. Thank you, man. I appreciate this so much. Everybody who's watching, everybody who's listening, we have artists like this throughout the entire Miami Valley. Culture Works tries to do their very best to support the widest range of artists and arts organizations. If you want to know something about Culture Works, go to the website, cultureworks.org. Become a member, become a supporter. I mean, you get so much back. I mean, their passport program, if you become a member as a passport member, you buy one, get one free tickets all year to a whole wide variety of things. The pandemic is not forever. Yes, it's here now and it's going to be here in our near future, but it's not forever. And now is the time to support the arts. Now is the time to support artists like Rick. So for those of you out there watching, please go to cultureworks.org to learn more about Culture Works and to learn more about artists like Rick. Rick, if somebody wants your music, where do they go to? I mean, is there a website? Where do people go if they want to know more about Rick Burnette?
They could go to Reverb Nation.
Okay.
Ricky Burnette.
Okay.
Ricky on there. And I've got a lot of originals and, you know, even a video or two on there. So
yeah.
Yeah, Reverb Nation's a great site for the young artists too, because you can just record and download your things and they'll put it out all over the world, basically.
Wonderful.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Reverb Nation.
Reverb Nation.
Okay. Rick Burnette.
Yep.
Thank you, man. I appreciate this so much. It's so good to see you again. And maybe the next time it won't be with a screen in between us.
That'd be great, man.
All right. You take care of yourself.
Thank you so much.
All righty.
Appreciate you. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.